Okay, here's the draft question. I like this one. This is for you. This is from Mark. I don't know what my answer is. I haven't thought about it. A magic genie, played by Shaquille O'Neal, comes to you and offers you one of the following special powers to give to Daryl Morey as he evaluates prospects ahead of this year's draft. Which
Great
are you
Daryl Morey
choosing?
gif on the broadcast, by the way.
Great
Of
Garrett.
him reacting to something on the court, and he just sort of put his head in his hands.
Oh, really? I didn't see it.
Yeah, you'll see it as a gif, I'm sure, coming up.
Which are you choosing? Note, each of these apply to every player in the draft, i.e., if you choose floor predictor, you get the floor for every player in the draft, not just one. So you get to give this skill to Daryl Morey for the draft. Which one you choose? One is floor predictor. This is a special power to know exactly what a prospect's floor is. One is ceiling predictor, obviously. Another is the exact stat line for the prospect's rookie season if you choose them and play them on the Sixers. The next one is the exact stat line for the prospect season, but you don't know which season it is. The next is character assessment, an exact assessment of a prospect's character, including how hard they work, whether they love basketball, etc., on a scale of 1 to 10. Truth serum. You can ask a prospect any question, and they're forced to answer truthfully. I like this one. Single NBA game. Videotape of what the player would look like in a single NBA game playing for the Sixers. And finally, magic allergy assessment. Tells all of the allergies each prospect has. Which one of those skills would you choose to give Daryl?
I think ceiling predictor is probably the most relevant, because if someone has a ceiling of, they become an all-star or whatever, they become an MVP candidate, that would matter more than knowing, like, hey, this guy's at least going to be playable, because you can find those guys without having any of these special powers. You know what I mean? So, like, if you could have gotten Jimmy Butler when he just fell to 30, you could have gotten Giannis when he fell to the late teens, Jokic, all that stuff, like that, it just matters so much more. So I think that's a safe and easy answer. But stat line for prospects rookie season is also interesting, because not that everybody has to play well the rookie year or can and doesn't bounce back and doesn't get older and better and everything, but there's value in certainly knowing that. But I feel like the ceiling is the ceiling. That's what we're doing here. That's the whole point of the draft, is to try to get the highest upside prospect you can get.
I'm going to go with character assessment. Because, yes, I am. Here I am.
No, you're not.
It's important, and it's the only thing. You can watch tape on a player. You can watch tons of tape. You can do statistical analysis. You can have scouts watch the tape. But as far as character, all you can do is interview him once and talk to his coach. Yes.
No, you talk to the family, you talk to the friend. They do so much character assessment already. They talk to their college coaches, they talk to their teachers, they talk to everybody else. They feel like they have a good sense of at least who this guy is as a human being.
It's the hardest thing to really assess. It has to be. Because here's what I would suggest, that a lot of whether a player hits their ceiling or not is based on their character.
Okay. You want a therapist, a child psychologist to be the GM.
No. Remember, you're giving Daryl the skill to know the exact answer to this question on a scale of 1 to 10. To know this exact thing about how they will act, how hard they will work, how they will be affected by difficult situations. Like it's the hardest to me. It's the hardest thing to assess. There's no tape on it.
Yeah, I think you get a sense of by talking to everybody in this person's life, and if you can find out who the next Giannis is,
but then that's
better, more valuable for a draft.
But then how does Anthony? Who's the Cavs pick number 1?
Bennett.
Anthony Bennett, like him or Fultz or like there are a lot of players who get to the league and like they're clearly skilled physically and they know how to play. They're good at basketball. There's just something that doesn't connect. Don't you think that has something to do with who they are as a
Yeah, it
person?
just wouldn't be. It would be far down the list of this special power ability. So for you, the best ability is character,
No,
not availability, and not
Nope.
ability. It's character.
And I would suggest that I'm not saying that the most important thing. I'm not saying that the most important thing isn't their basketball skill. That's the most important thing for them to have. But it's also easier to know than the other thing. We're giving him a skill that he can't get otherwise. I think like guessing what a player's ceiling is, we do that all the time.
Well, this wouldn't be guessing.
Right.
The special skill is that it is.
You would know what their ceiling is. You wouldn't know what chance they would have of reaching it. That's the difference. If you get the ceiling predictor. That's my answer. Final answer.